Coach, even with maybe a bad first half on the turnover front against ASU, are you more confident in that regard with your club since USC, for instance, their numbers in general have been down since then?
You know, it's game to game, it's practice to practice with this group in terms of what I feel comfortable with. I mean, I know we're capable of taking care of the ball and not turning it over. There's no doubt about that. Now, whether we figured that out and turned the corner, I think it's a little premature to say that. But I know we're capable of taking care of it, and we just have to do it on a consistent basis from not only from half to half, but from game to game, and hopefully over a stretch of games here as we come down the finishing stretch of this Pac-12.
You know, something like that always starts at the top of the offense. And has McKinley gotten better in that regard? You said
McKinley,
like 2 or 1 in the last 5 games.
No, McKinley has gotten better in his ball screen reads. He's gotten better in taking care of the ball. There's no doubt about that. But a lot of our turnovers are dribbling, they're passing, they're catching, their footwork. You know, it's fundamental basketball. I mean, that's when you turn the ball over, it's usually as a result of some fundamental breakdown in terms of dribbling, passing, catching the ball.
In past years, Utah's had a couple of big guns, whether it was a Pirtle, somebody like that. Are they more balanced this year? Are they more
very
spread
balanced.
out?
They got 4 guys averaging double figures. 2 guards lead them, Bivens and Bearfield, who played really well against Arizona. And then Colette has been a thorn in our side since he's been there. He's a good player. Rawson is playing as good as he's played in his whole career, shooting the ball, putting the ball on the floor. Terrific player. So they got some weapons. Beeler's a good shooter. He's hurt us at times. So they've got nice players that, like you said, they may not have the Kyle Kuzma or the Jakob Pertl that they've had in the past, but they've got good players.
You lost 7 in a row, too.
Yep.
Any explanation for that? I mean,
Well, they're tougher than we are, and they execute better than we do. At least they have the last 7 games. So when you play Utah, a little bit like playing Arizona from the standpoint that you have to beat those guys. They're not going to beat themselves, but they're usually one of the better executing teams in our league, and they're one of the tougher teams in our league, and that's indicative by their 3 road wins in conference play. You know, they got 5 of their last 8 at home, much like we do, because we both have to play at each other's place. But they've got 3 road wins to their credit. We've got 1, and that's a sign of their toughness.
Ted, we're doing a feature on Dallas. Just when you recruited him, you knew he could be special. But what he's been able to do his first full year out here, I mean, is it even more than perhaps you would envision?
It's funny how when you talk about most improved players or guys that have really surprised you, so to speak, a lot of that starts with what were your expectations to begin with. And with Dallas, certainly with his redshirt year, he used it. He got bigger, he got stronger. Obviously, he's trusting the knee. He had that knee brace on probably most of last year. And anytime a guy comes back, obviously with 2 ACLs, it's most guys have trouble coming back from 1. He had to come back from 2. But you know that they've turned the corner when they play with that brace off. And he finally has turned that corner. I think he trusts the knee now. But yeah, he continually gets better and better. He's very coachable. He's conscientious. I'm really pleased with what he's done his freshman year. I think he just continues to get better and better. And there's no doubt in my mind, I think, or anybody's mind, that he can be a force in this league. He still has a lot to learn and a lot to grow with, but he's proven that he can do it. And again, I always say this: when one door closes, another one opens. We had a door closed for Torrey Miller with his foot injury this year. We had a door closed for Evan Batty, with what he had to go through with the academic redshirt. Guess what? That opened a door for Dallas Walton. It opened a door for Lucas Seward. It opened a door for Tyler Bay. And they've all, I think, stepped through that door, and said, I'm ready to go. I'm really pleased and proud of the progress Dallas has made his freshman year, and expect more of it as we go. So now, maybe where your expectation levels were a little lower, and he kind of surprised you on the upside. Now, much like with our program, okay, now we expect more, so now you have to deliver more, and that's going to be the next step in his career. So, but really pleased with it.
Heading down this stretch, you've got all these young guys, but you've got 3 upperclassmen. Are they the key? Is the consistency?
When it comes to consistency, I put the onus on our upperclassmen, and I think George and Dom have really answered that bell here over the last 3 weeks to a month. There was a time where they weren't answering that bell. So I know with our freshmen, we talk about Dallas, we talk about Tyler, we talk about McKinley. Those kids are in Laz now, and Deshaun. I mean, all of them are talented players. We know that, but they're freshmen, and freshmen are going to be up, and they're going to be down. They're going to be good. They're going to be bad. It's just the nature of being a freshman. So that's where those seniors, their consistency, their stability, their poise is so critical for these guys in every game that we play, and every practice that we have. Today we just had the worst practice of our year. Wasn't even close. So again, I'm putting that on our seniors. Now, our freshmen weren't any good either, but we're coming back tonight and we're going to finish it up. Because we were not very good today.
Have the freshmen hit the wall?
That's a good question. If the freshmen hit a wall, I don't think so. But I believe with freshmen they're up and they're down, but I don't know if they've hit a wall or not. But I just can. Again, when they prove that they're capable of playing at this level, that's the hard part. Now the harder part is proving it on a consistent basis, and that's what's really difficult. When a coach or your teammates or a program are counting on you night in and night out to produce, that's difficult. Okay, that's why I don't expect that from our freshmen. But I do expect it from our seniors. And guess what? These freshmen aren't freshmen anymore. I mean, they really aren't. I mean, they've played a lot of minutes. They've got a lot of experience that they've learned from. We've got 8 games left. We've played 10 Pac-12 games. There's nothing really that's going to surprise them as we come down the stretch. But we haven't played Utah yet, and they know that they don't know. What they don't know. And Utah's a tough executing team. And if we play Utah on Friday night like we practiced today, it's going to be the 8th loss in a row for the Buffs.
Do you pay a little bit more attention to Utah during the season just because you're playing the same teams each week?
Yeah, and what's funny, we have a good relationship with their staff. Got a lot of respect for all of them, and Coach Krastoviak does a great job. I think the feeling is mutual. So yeah, we have good relationships with each other. Obviously, we travel, on the same trips. We're not in the same planes or same hotels necessarily, but we're playing the same team. So, yeah, you watch a lot of film, of Utah, even when you're not watching Utah, because they're playing the same opponents that we're playing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Ted.
Okay.